Welcome to the last show of the Highest Fawx Show,
Joe.
hosted by Alexis Fawx. And I'm not sure if it's just recording.
You better
Yeah.
double check.
Yeah, it's fine.
Joe, check.
What?
Is it recording or not?
I think so.
Do I have to get up and look?
No, it's fine.
I don't want to come back later and not have it. I've done that before.
What? I said I know it's fine. I know it's recording.
You said you didn't think it was.
Meh. You know, sometimes when you get older, you have a tendency of losing your memory too. So, just like, we don't know where lighters are in this house.
Sure, you're the one who said you didn't know what was on or not. Me.
Maybe that was a hearing test.
Yes.
That was all just to make sure that the microphone was on. Like,
Sorry, my eyes are very... really wasn't prepared today.
Late night, huh? After last night.
Yeah, maybe.
Way past your bedtime.
Way past my bedtime. Sorry, guys.
All right, we have two guests.
Yeah, exciting. Oh, we have an actual couple this time.
A couple.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
A
And
couple.
And a puppy.
And a puppy.
He's always on.
always the puppies.
He's part of the show.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and
Yeah.
plug in your
Tell us
social
who you are,
medias.
where we can find you. What's going on?
Oh, I am Suzanne Ferrari. I am his wife. I guess that's how it works.
Is that how it works?
I'm a cook queen, so I shoot all of his content.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually had, like, the last podcast, we actually talked about where does the definition of cock come from. Do you guys know?
I know cook queen is Old English because it's spelt Quean.
Okay.
Which no
I
one
didn't know
spells
that was a
correctly.
thing.
Yeah.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought
Oh,
you
yeah.
were just making that shit up on the spot right now. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I was
that's really
making
good.
shit up.
Oh, yeah.
So
I really like that.
That's smart.
I make up words all the time.
so it's basically based off the cockatoo bird.
Blatant name for Joe
Really?
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
After a bird.
Right?
after a bird,
Bird.
because what happens is the bird would lay their eggs on
Do
other.
birds have dicks?
I
I would assume.
I would
Like a-
ass-
I would think they.
Have you ever seen a rooster have sex with a hen?
Oh, it's
No.
it's such a violent looking
Yeah.
act.
Oh my
It's so-
god!
I mean,
Why
you've
don't we
seen-
watch this?
It's
you sent me
aggressive.
videos of like two turtles having sex or tortoises.
I did.
That's
I did.
cute.
No,
Like-
that was cute. It wasn't violent.
How do birds have sex?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, like I know pigeons definitely have sex.
Do they do it in flight?
No.
Wow, that's
oh
a-
yeah,
that's
they
a
do.
feat.
Actually, they do.
That would be
Right.
really. That's
That'd
like
be
that's like an
amazing.
air refueler giving another plane, gas.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Just bird slides right on. Choo.
They have
Can
to
you
ma-
imagine if we could do that?
They match
We just like
speeds.
fly up on somebody.
That'd be
Bloop.
so hot.
That's it. I know.
Oh,
Just
also-
imagine how many times you
Hit
can
it
point.
out.
Also,
totally-
another noun for cuckold is a concave shovel for cutting off the tempered clay coming from the pig mill of brick making.
That's way more fitting.
That's
Another
actually
one.
what we do in all of our
Yeah,
videos.
that's
Yeah,
That's our
exactly.
brand.
That's the niche that you decided to go on.
Yeah.
I like that. That's new.
It's very
That's new.
sexy. Very sexy.
You must be number one in that.
That's from the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
So what did you say? Cuck queen?
cook queen.
Wow.
So it's the opposite of a cookhold.
Right. And so you film it all. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cute. I love it.
Yeah, but so the cuckold is the husband of an adulterous wife. The wife is an adulterous husband is a cuck queen, which is correct. The biology, a cuckold male is who unwittingly invests parental efforts in juveniles who are not genetically his offspring. A husband who is aware of and tolerate his wife's infidelity is sometimes called a wittol or a wittold.
Wow. We are just
So-
so getting educated in
There's
this.
gonna be a
Yes.
quiz
Exciting.
after.
Yeah.
So I
This
mean,
will be a full test after the.
give us.
podcast.
I mean, obviously, you don't want to talk about your entire life story, but how'd you guys meet?
We grew up together.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Like,
okay. Well,
at
let's,
age? What age?
So we went to the same high school.
Okay.
We
so
grew
high
up
school.
maybe like a mile and a half away from each other in this very, 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 very small town in upstate New York.
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Wow, you guys have known each other for a long fucking time.
Wow.
So he actually
Forever.
dated my sister.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Oh, this
did.
sounds like a fucking movie, and I
Kept-
love
No
it.
wonder. No wonder you're.
And the plot deepens.
I like to keep it in the family. You know?
So you were actually born for this role, for the role
This is
that you
perfect.
probably play.
Exactly. Well,
You're like, wait a minute, sister? Fuck.
it was her that suggested I date her sister, and I wanted to date her, so I was like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Absolutely.
Yeah, anything.
Whatever. Yeah.
As long as it gets to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it worked.
Like, it worked. Absolutely.
I know what I'm doing.
Wow. So wait. So
love
after
this.
you dated her sister,
Yes.
how long? So you broke up with the sister and then started dating Suzanne.
It took a couple of years.
Okay.
He wore me down.
Yeah, the sister was a short-lived relationship. That was
This
only
is
a couple of weeks.
seriously like a porn scenario here.
Yeah.
It's like you're
That
dating
sounds like
my
a porn
sister.
relationship at the
Oh my
beginning anyways,
god,
a couple
I'm
weeks.
Yeah.
fucking my sister's boyfriend.
He eventually wore me down.
Okay.
And
Wore you
then
down. Wore you down.
convinced me to
We
give
can,
it a shot.
We can go with this story. This is fine. This is fine. This is an acceptable
and
story.
now we've
Wow.
been married almost 20 years.
Wow, that's
Wow.
amazing. That's really, really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys look really happy, too, so.
That's all right. I mean, I guess I'll keep her.
It works. We made it work.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah. So okay, obviously,
So upstate New York.
upstate
yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
When did you decide to move out here or to the West Coast?
Yeah, bring us from
Okay.
Yeah.
upstate New York to
Yeah. How did that happen?
where I met you guys in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went on tour with his band.
Yes.
Oh, you were in a band.
Yeah.
I was in a band.
What did you-
I was in a bunch of bands. over
Did
the
you
years.
sing? You play guitar or
in
drums?
that particular band, I was the guitarist.
Okay.
But I play all
Oh,
instruments.
so you're a musician. You
Yeah.
can play a lot of things.
I can play them all. Oh yeah.
So he went on this cute tour, like
This
South by
cute tour, cute
Southwest.
tour.
Came out to LA.
What type of? What? Oh, sorry. What type of music?
That was a bass-driven rock band.
Okay.
And then
Nice.
this.
Yeah.
Can I curse?
Yeah, of course.
Motherfucker
Yes.
gets to LA and is like, I don't think I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And you were like, what?
Wow.
Were you already married by that time?
We've been married.
We had
we've
been
been married
married-
10 years at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you're deep into the relationship.
Yeah.
This isn't like, hey, we've been together for 6 months. You want to make this work or
So
not?
Yeah.
I quit my job.
Wow.
Sold everything we owned.
Wow.
Drove across country with our 4 cats at the time. In the back seat, sneaking into hotels at night.
Yeah, of course. I
then-
know that routine.
Yeah. Got here, and now we've been here almost LA,
LA,
10
yeah.
years.
Okay.
Wow. So like 50-50 relation. Wow, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So you were playing bands in LA for a while, or what did you end up doing?
Very shortly after getting to LA, one of my best friends from high school was living in LA, and my brother lived in LA. And
Okay.
my friend was working behind the scenes for Mike Adriano.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So that was
And
like,
that was the connection in. He was like, "Hey,
Gotcha.
do you want to make some money and see some naked girls?" And I was a broke musician. I was like, "Bro, I'll whatever you want. Just
Yeah.
pay me $100 a day. I'll provide whatever."
yeah.
Sounds like the
I hear you.
the Mike Quasar, journey.
Yeah. So that's how I got into the industry, and then the industry kind of became all consuming after that.
Okay. So
yeah.
so you've been in the industry for almost 10 years. Is that
A
correct?
little over 10 years.
A little
yeah,
over 10
yeah.
years. So you started off as a PA, or what did you end up doing?
Production assistant for Mike Adriano. Well,
Okay.
my friend's assistant, and he was the production assistant for Mike Adriano. And
Okay.
then I became his lead assistant a year later when my friend quit.
right.
Okay.
So you just like continuous progressive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember meeting you on, the name, I could see the set because it's like pink and lights.
Perv City?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Perfect.
Yeah. I was like, I could remember, it was like pink
The
and
pink
blue.
wall.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. But because at one point when Mike and his business partner at the time split, I started working for everyone. I just
Yeah.
started working
Bouncing around.
for them, Dana Vespoli, Sal Genoa, a bunch of other James Avalon,
Right.
all the big producers.
So Suzanne, what did you end up doing? Did you end up following him, or did you do other stuff
So
before?
I came out to LA, and I didn't want to work on a porn set. I got a job for a healthcare company.
How did you feel? Wait, how did you feel when he started working in a porn set, though?
It was kind of weird,
Yeah.
but he was there with his friend, and I knew he wasn't like going there and like jerking off or whatever. Like I knew it was kind of like had some professionalism.
Right.
So like it was just like whatever. And then my healthcare company that I was working for got audited by Medicare. And
Uh-oh.
I suddenly needed a job.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So Mike Adriano was like, "Hey, I need a production manager."
Right.
Like a running everything, and I was like, I think I can do it.
Yeah.
And that was how I ended up on a porn set.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay. So what was your first time being on a porn set? How did?
I mean, at that point, here's the thing about
Were you guys like, okay, so before the porn set, how sexually free were you guys as a couple?
We
like,
weren't.
Were you guys like monogamous?
Yeah, completely monogamous.
You know,
Yeah.
like missionary, maybe a little blowjob once in a while. Like, honey, can you just touch it a little
That
bit?
like birthday blowjob.
Yeah, you're like, hey, it's steak and it's Tuesday, steak and blowjob. I don't know what day that is. Is that
March
Friday?
15th.
I don't even
Oh,
know.
March.
March-
Of course
No,
he
no,
does.
March 15th.
No wonder he can't be
Get back
found
there.
on March 15th.
No, March
He's out there
14th.
getting steaks and
Sorry,
He's
March
out there
15th.
giving
14th.
blowjobs and steaks to people.
Yeah, March 14th.
He's such a giving
Yeah,
man.
I'm in the corner. I'm in the corner holding, ribeyes. Okay, who wants?
If anybody's here in Vegas, just look at March 15th. Just look for Oriental Joe on the corner of Rainbow and Eastern. I don't even know those roads cross.
They're parallel.
It doesn't. It doesn't. They're parallel. They're literally parallel each other.
So just go to the corner of Rainbow and Eastern, and you'll find Oriental Joe.
There is no corner of Rainbow and Eastern.
Somebody's gonna come out here and be like, I can't find
I
the
can't
corner.
find it.
That's what I'm
Disappointing
hoping for.
everyone.
Just please, I just want to see
If
that guy
anything,
searching. And then I want to get the nasty email. I went out to Vegas and I could not find
if
that fucking
anything,
corner.
it would be
I deserve a blowjob
Tropicana
and steak.
Oh.
and Wynn Road.
That's because that's really where you're standing.
Yes.
Of course he knows that address.
Well, you got to plug the actual location.
Yes.
Of course.
We don't want to disappoint the fans.
You're not just getting lemonade there, folks.
Because this podcast is not paying for my salary, so I have to earn some money someplace.
Just keep wondering why that lemonade's warm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you start. So yeah. So how was it on a porn set? That's
So
the first
I
time.
wasn't really on seeing any of the sex.
Right.
Mike didn't want me.
But you
to
hear the
ever see
sounds, though,
anything.
right?
You
I
just
was
put- you put
I was
everything
in
together.
the office. I was doing the bookings, doing the paperwork, doing like
Yeah.
the legal stuff, writing the checks. Sometimes driving models to and from set, because like when we would shoot for like Bang Bros, we'd go to like a mansion in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So it was like I was kind of like a glorified chauffeur. Yeah. But it worked.
It
It was
worked.
fun. And then slowly, because we shot for other companies where Mike wasn't on set, I was seeing more and more and more,
Right.
learning so much. That's the thing. I feel like it really, like, everything kind of built up to what we have now.
Yeah.
So, like, there I learned,
It's like perfect training,
I learned the
actually.
production. And then when Mike and Claudio split up, I went to Perv City, and I learned how to shoot. Like, Claudio let me use the camera.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
I learned, like,
I remember
all of that kind of stuff. So then when we eventually started our own production, I had all the skills I needed.
That's
It
perfect.
really worked
Yeah.
out. Yeah. It just kind of built
You
up.
had on-the-job training from the
Yes.
start, which is, I think, better training than any book can tell you.
Yeah. And from two great producers that
Yeah.
I really respect, even though I don't work for either of them anymore, I
Right.
really respect them.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't think a lot of people leave jobs still respecting their former bosses.
Right.
No matter what industry they work in.
Yeah, that can happen.
I worked with some shitty directors, and I learned what not to do. I mean,
names.
that's.
We want names. No, don't give names. Don't give names.
But anyway, so for you, Dan, like, how was your first time? Did you like kind of like was like? Do you remember your first day?
Oh my God! 10 years ago, first day on a porn set.
Yeah.
No.
First time the dick came out and the vajay.
I mean, I was behind. Like, are you talking about performing or just being on set?
No,
in
be on
general?
set for your very first time because people always like have that image and it's like what's it like to be a porn set?
Right,
and
right,
people are
right.
like, oh my God, you're so lucky. And it's like,
not sexy.
It's not sexy or whatever. But
Yeah.
I was never like super into porn.
okay, so you
So-
never. So yeah. So did you watch what you watched before? You did watch anything?
I mean, I had watched stuff obviously because you got
You're passing college.
Yeah.
You
shit
got to
like
get
that.
your nut. You got to get your nut.
Sure.
But like it never like super interested me. I was never like a fanboy or anything like that. But I mean, I just remember it was just like it was more just me hanging out with my friend, smoking weed on a porn set.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's
Some sex going on. You're
Yeah,
holding a
right.
mic.
yeah. And then
Maybe
Throwing
turn
out
on the
lube if
light.
they need the lube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it
Baby
was
wipes.
also really tame because working for Mike, he prefers a closed set. So,
Correct.
So we would hang out and wait for them to let us know if they needed anything. So
Right.
I wasn't even really watching the sex at first,
Gotcha.
And then it just kind of progressed. But to me, it's just a job, like people just happen to not have clothes on and be doing fun stuff,
Yeah.
It's-
I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, showing up to work. We're just showing up to work a little differently.
Right.
But it's all business once we get there.
Yeah.
And depending on the set, some of the other sets I would have to like hold lights for a good 45
God, I
minutes
hate
because
that.
like
Dude, yeah, that's a workout in
It
itself. Even just if you're
sucks.
holding like the reflector, like
Dude, I
remember
or
holding-
the mic.
I'm holding a 4-band Kino light.
oh yeah, one of
Like
those.
holding this up the entire time, and it's like, dude, let's get a freaking ring light or like a freaking.
That's why you're so good at putting the spring water in the thing.
That was your workout.
That was your.
That was your workout.
I'm seriously gonna dump all of it in the sink. It's like, oh yeah, I flipped it over for you. It's all ready to go. Dump all the freaking water in
Whatever,
there.
Joe.
Anyway, so you've been doing. So you were peeing. How long you were peeing before you decided to do?
To go in.
It was
Yeah.
about 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was January of 2018.
Yeah.
When I started performing.
Tell the story about how you asked.
Yeah, like how did that? I want to
Did
know.
you ask?
Like what? First
So-
of all, like what made you make that decision? And how did you go? How did you go about that as a couple? Because I think that's a really interesting.
Because
Yeah.
because not many. I mean,
I don't think we had performing couples or anybody that like or in the business together like that, have we?
What do you mean as far as on this podcast? Yeah, you're the first. You're the first
Yeah.
couple to actually.
So this is really interesting. I
Yeah,
would
so
like
because
for
I mean,
people-
I'm sure there's a
If
lot
you
of
don't mind
questions.
sharing.
No, of course.
There, I'm sure you get these questions all the time. You know, it's like, how do you say a couple when your significant other or vice versa?
Right.
You know, is having
Why don't
sex
you go
with
from
whatever.
PEA and be like, hey, I want to perform now. I'm interested on like how that decision was made and how did you guys go about deciding that for as a couple?
Well, we
Right.
were in Mexico.
Oh,
Ooh.
little tequila,
Was there tequila?
little tequila action there.
Right. I'm liking this already. You got good stories, girl.
I had been thinking about it for a long time.
Okay.
I was like, I've been PAing for a long time. I want to move forward. I want something else. I don't want to be a lifetime PA. Nothing against it. Like it's a great job, but I wanted something more for myself and for us. And
Go where the
also
money is.
performing looked like a lot more fun than being a PA. Let's be
Right.
real.
Let's be real about it.
Let's be serious. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, and the main thing is, I was like, I think I can do it. Like I think I meant physically and mentally
Sure.
can like actually make it happen, like and make it work.
Right.
Because it's hard. It's hard
Yeah, it's
to
not
be
easy
to be a
for guys,
performer.
yeah.
Yeah. So like she said, we were in Mexico, and we were hanging out by the pool and
At Hotel Musai,
At
our favorite hotel.
beautiful hotel in Puerto Vallarta, and
Check it out.
so good. And I was like, okay, this is the perfect time. So I was like, hey, I'm thinking about, because also she can't really like run away. We're in Mexico. Where is she gonna go? Like,
Oh my god!
So you cornered your wife.
It was like
All right,
either
I
you
got
say
her, I
yes,
got her in a strange
or
place
you'd
in
be really
Mexico.
mad, but you can't run away from
like
me.
what's
You
she
got
go-
the
what's she
guys
gonna
on the
do?
side in case if she runs, just kidnap her. It's
Oh,
fine.
dude.
Like, what's she gonna do? She's stuck there. So
I think I
so
was sober.
Oh, okay.
think I was.
at that time, I don't think you were sober, but you weren't drinking
I wasn't.
heavily.
Yeah.
But so I was like, hey, I'm thinking about performing. Just I just want to get your idea of it. I just want something more.
Right.
And she was like, okay, let me think about it. And then because I know how to stay married, I was like, okay, and I shut my mouth about it and didn't talk about it. Because if you talk about it, it
Sure.
seems like you want it. Too
You're
much.
second guessing.
Dude, you're very smart.
Right.
So everybody needs to learn. And actually, that's a good philosophy in business and everything. If you really want something, you shut the
You
fuck
gotta
up.
be very careful with that because you might burn. You seriously might
great.
burn this thing.
Sorry, Dad's here.
That's all right.
I see freaking smoke next to that thing. It's like it just in case it's on fire.
All right, I'll use the other.
This
hand.
is definitely gonna be the end of our
I was gonna
podcast.
say, that'll be very interesting
I-
footage for the fans.
I think it might.
This one will go on Patreon if that's the case.
That might be the one that
Pay for
really
the
picks
fucking-
this
He'll-
up, dude.
he'll-
Like, this
He'll
one
go
will
get
go
that thing
wild.
of water real fast.
It's way to go viral.
Sorry for interrupting.
No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good.
But
So you're in
so,
Mexico.
so yeah, so I shut up about it, and we just enjoyed our trip. We did our thing, had fun, and then she shocked me because we got home and she said, "Go get tested. You have a scene next week."
Wow.
Dude, you're a fucking boss.
Well, because I was working on set for so long at that point, I
Yeah.
had become friends with a lot of models.
Of course.
Right.
So I was able to figure out who I was comfortable trying this with.
Sure.
Yes.
Because I didn't want it to become a thing, and I wanted to be able to back out if I wasn't comfortable.
Oh, I
Smart,
love it. Yeah,
smart.
absolutely.
So yeah, we just set up a shoot with our friend who was shooting, and her husband was there. So it was like very chill,
Okay.
very easygoing, and it wasn't a lot of pressure for either of us.
Right.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Sure.
So take notes. This is how you do it, guys.
So,
No, I love everything about that.
Did
Absolutely.
you shoot it or did someone else shoot it?
Her husband shot it.
Her husband. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
'Cause I hadn't really been shooting at anything at that point.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how many scenes have you done so far?
Oh my god. Including content or just like mainstream?
You can
shoots?
do maybe both.
Content.
I'm sure.
In the past
I
4
can
years.
tell you for Slut Inspection, we have over 340 scenes.
Oh wow.
Well, there's just for the content
Holy
that,
Because I
that we've
make
shot
this
for
for
our
Right, of
sites.
course.
Yeah.
Of
you can-
course.
Yeah.
Then
check.
in addition to other, so it has to be at least, I would say at least like 500 scenes.
Yeah.
At
Wow.
least 500.
And
Good.
in the span of how many years?
4.5
years?
years, right?
That
Yeah,
is
4.5
a
years.
lot. That is
Good for
definitely
you.
a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
We shoot a lot of content.
yes.
Yeah, it's true.
I love it. I love it so much.
Damn.
I seriously.
It's super fun.
You love putting it together. Do you edit as well?
I edit it all. I write all. Everything is me. I write all the descriptions.
It's true.
Because I want it to be from my point of view. I am the cut queen.
Yeah, I
So
Right.
it's like I filmed my husband doing this, and this is how I felt about it. I really liked it when they did this.
Right.
So it's like very authentic. It's real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I always hear, like, you on the internet. I should stay off the internet. People are like, porn is fake, porn is fake, porn is fake. And it's like, some porn is fake.
Right.
It just depends what you're looking at.
Right.
You can't complain you're looking at fake porn if that's all you're looking up.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
You
I mean, you
know?
got to think about, like, come on. Some of this shit's like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to
That's a good
remember.
point of
I
view.
think I remember Billie Eilish was kind of like talking about porn, how it's
Oh,
like
the-
unrealistic
Mhm.
that
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has their
Dicks are-
vag. I wouldn't mind getting mine tightened up. Like,
that their
really.
vag is like big because they're taking big dicks, or the big dicks are like are
Or no, that we all
photoshopped
have
or
plastic
something.
surgery
Fake
on our
bodies.
Yes,
vag.
fake
It's all- we all
bodies.
have.
Yeah.
No, some of us has fake boobies.
The
and
thing is,
fake
there's
bodies.
nothing wrong with fake bodies. I don't
No,
think
who
everyone in
cares?
porn has them. And if
fine.
they do, a lot of times it's like gender affirming. Like getting your boobs done or
Right.
getting whatever they do to your vagina. I don't know.
Do
The
whatever you want. It's your
rejuvenation.
body.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
But there's also a lot of models that don't have anything done.
Right.
But they're not on the front page of all the free sites, so people aren't necessarily seeing them.
Yeah,
Correct.
So it
exactly.
all depends on what you're looking for, and you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
Oh, 100%. Yeah, exactly.
for sure. Yeah, and it's funny how like the expecting how things should look like and stuff like that. But like if it's real life, I think it's more appealing than really
Yeah.
than seeing a big dick and stretching.
I think we're learning what Joe likes to Joe's browser.
I like maybe needle dick penises go inside. No, just
Is that your fetish? That's your.
I'm gonna have to look at it. I'm like, it doesn't even exist.
You're looking at micro penis
Micro
porn?
penis
Like,
porn.
that's where we're going. Maybe that's the wave of the future. You know,
Hey, you
like
know.
right now it's all
Hey.
about giant dicks. Maybe in the
Maybe
future,
in the future it's
Yeah.
gonna change.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
micro penis, which
Who knows?
to each their own. You know?
So I mean, like, what made you decide this? Like, all right, let's do this together. I mean,
Well, he had been working like on other people's sets, and
Yeah.
I was
Correct.
like, you get a one-time payment, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, so let's create our own
Let's
content.
create our own. We'll make money off of it forever.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's the point.
And he can keep doing those other scenes for one-offs as well.
Yeah, I think it's good to have a variety. It's also going to keep your name in the public.
yeah,
You know, and
Exactly.
keep it up there.
Yeah.
Even if you just do a few a month or a couple, whatever quarter, whatever
Yeah.
you're comfortable with, it still keeps you relevant.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
pops you up there every so
A
often.
little bit of exposure.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
And I wanted to make our own stuff because, as someone who claims that she's a feminist, I wanted to make porn that isn't derogatory to women. That's
Right.
women. The people we shoot with, it's almost all content trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's women coming over to our apartment and saying what they want done to them.
Oh, cool.
Which I don't think happens on a lot of porn sets.
No.
They show up and they're told what's going to be done to them.
Yeah, we're going to do these positions
Exactly.
for this amount. I'm like, no one does this in real life.
Yeah. So we, we wanted
reverse
to
cowgirl.
You're not going to be
Ooh.
into reverse cowgirl.
We
That's just
want
me,
it to
though.
be fun. We want it to be as real as possible. Sometimes we don't even cut.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
I think that's the
I
best.
like.
That's
I
a nice
yeah.
role. That's a nice role.
I shoot. Yeah, when I shoot, I keep the cameras rolling,
Yeah.
and then like the only time we cut, if you need to get water or you need
Oh,
to
yeah.
stretch or
And
take a
sometimes
break.
what's great is because I'm shooting it as the cut queen, I speak throughout the scene.
Yeah.
telling
Right.
them,
That's hot.
Yeah.
You know, I like it when you do that. I like it when you do this. So I can kind of direct the scene.
Yeah.
In the scene.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
smart.
Yeah.
And that is a good niche. That is a really, really. I
Yeah.
like how you've done that. That's
Yeah.
really
I
beautiful.
think it's a fantasy for men and women.
Right.
Men
100%.
who wish
Yeah.
their wife would let them do
Or
this.
take control.
Yes.
And
And,
women
yeah.
really
Exactly.
seem to like it too because it's like a power dynamic.
Right.
Yep.
You know, there are some people who shoot Cuck Queen where it's like degrading. Ours
Right.
is very positive.
Yeah.
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 Ours is not like, oh, you can't please him. It's like, oh, I want you to please him for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's
Show me
Right.
how well
It's
you can
happy
do that.
and
it's-
fun.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah.
And more people should see some of that. That's great.
Yeah.
I bet that's really good for couples too to watch together.
That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I've been writing erotica. So I'm writing Cuck Queen erotica.
Nice.
And I have a blog on the site, and I've been adding some to Lit Erotica. I don't know if you know that website.
No,
No,
I'll check it
no.
out
So
though.
Lit Erotica, it's all like short stories, very sexy short stories.
Oh, nice.
And I'm pretty sure their traffic is like 90% women.
Yeah.
Women
That's
prefer
awesome.
written and audio porn.
Right.
So I'm trying to like bridge the gap to like bring them in.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally.
So, I mean, I'm not saying negative, but like, what were the biggest hurdles to get through, either relationship wise or going through the shooting? They're dealing with that stuff.
Well, what's tricky,
Realistically,
a
like,
lot
Yeah.
of
what
people
what
don't
goes
really
on?
understand our relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while we do shoot with all these gorgeous women, we are monogamous,
Right.
off camera, and a lot of people can't grasp that.
It's a really hard concept for a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
they associate like, oh, well, you're putting your genitals in other people's
It's work.
genitals.
I mean,
it's got to be
Yeah.
something.
the way you look at it, it's
and
work.
it's completely
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
It's I'm not going in there like being emotional about my shit.
It's not
It's
personal.
not
Right.
personal, dude.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, how you doing? What are we doing today? Oh, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
great. You know, what's your do's, what you don'ts. What I always like to get in. Understand what is the person's likes because I want the scene to pop up as being.
Yeah.
Oh wow, did you see how great they were into each other? Dude, we're friends. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You build a connection that isn't a deep
Right,
relationship.
right, because
yeah.
you want your scenes to sell,
Yeah.
and you want people to watch them, and I want women. I feel you on the women part. Like I want couples, and I love it when my couples like write me or talk to me. I have some friends that oh my god, I have a friend now. I lost touch with her boyfriend that I originally met her with, or they're broken up. But I was just taking a helicopter in New York, and it was a couple that watched me, and she
Oh
came
my
up to me.
God.
She's like, "Oh my god, you changed her life." It was just like really kind of cool.
love
So I
that.
feel
Yeah.
you on all of that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to create good stuff that people can watch and they can have fun with.
Yeah, I think it's healthy. I think it's also
Yeah.
healthy when couples watch porn together, as
Yeah.
opposed to those couples who are like, I don't want you looking at that. I don't want you looking at that. Like,
Well, yeah,
enjoy
like-
it. Live the fantasy.
And then also, like, if it's not your thing, don't shut your partner down.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's it's more than just learning how to communicate. It's also learning how to comprehend what your partner's telling you. And I think like a lot of people sought out extracurricular activities or doing this or that or sneaky activities because they've been shut down.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to reopen up to that person that they're in a relationship with, and they feel that they have to stay in that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no. I mean, come on. I know how I feel when I get shut down. I don't want to fucking communicate with you anymore. Fuck you. Why am I going to open my mouth?
Exactly.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
that's.
I think our other biggest hurdle was my family.
Oh, wow, okay.
I bet.
Yeah.
So
They,
both of your families know.
they all
and-
know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so was it when you were shooting or was it when you started working in porn?
My grandma didn't like that I worked in porn at all.
Okay.
Okay.
And then recently, I was just with her over 4th of July, and she was so excited to tell me that she told her cardiologist all about me and how I make porn. So now that I think she respects it more that I'm making it now, which is very
Sure.
strange to me.
Yeah.
Because I think her whole idea is like porn takes advantage of women. Porn is run
Right.
by men.
Yes,
Porn
Well, that's why
Yes.
it's been drilled in people's heads
so
for
Right.
me, and she knows me as a person. She knows I'm a good person. So she knows if I'm making it, it must be good.
Right.
Right.
You have a great head on your shoulders, so
Yeah.
why would my granddaughter make anything else? Exactly.
His family's totally cool with it.
Oh yeah, my family didn't care from the start. They were just,
They're like,
It's like,
yeah.
hey, go
Good
make
job.
money, don't care, whatever.
like
And like truly, like as long as you're making your money and you're paying your bills and you're living an honest living and you're being loving to each other, who in their right mind should be complaining about that?
yeah, like my sister was
but
like,
think of the kids. Think of all the how it affects our society.
I'm sure those individuals that have children and stuff like that, they're probably happy because they can probably spend more time with their kids, going over the homework, creating constructive, adventures, as a family to do. Like, I would say it would open up more time for that versus someone who's working a 9 to 5, which is never a 9 to 5.
Right.
With the boss and the stress, and you have to ask off 2 weeks a year. Like, you have to ask permission to ask off for time off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you can only get sick 5 days a year or some bullshit. I worked that life.
Yeah.
Like, I was a paralegal before I was this. I was in the military before I was this.
Right.
So I feel fucking immensely grateful for how my life has turned
It's a
out because
freedom.
I've made this decision.
Yeah.
Same.
So as far as anything, it's empowered me as a female. And name another career where women make more than the men.
Right.
I regret
go
my
ahead.
decision.
To be a man.
To be that and to be in the industry because I have to deal with her.
Oh,
okay.
That's BS.
it's
He
so
fucking
rough.
loves
Your
it.
life is
He
so
loves it.
rough.
No, it is. It's terrible. So, but
Unbelievable.
so
Bullshit.
what are like with the whole pandemic and OnlyFans kind of pretty much have taken off, even though OnlyFans has been around longer than the pandemic. What are some of the obstacles as far as content shooting goes? Like, how is it different from shooting an actual mainstream set versus shooting content?
I prefer
How would
it
you feel that?
Yes.
because, okay, so the agents, that's my first problem.
Right.
Agents in general, not one specific, don't always have the best interest for the models at heart and might book them for things that they're not good for or don't fit in, or it's just like,
And sometimes the models doesn't know how to say no.
or they don't even know what they're walking into the minute they walk in the door.
Yeah.
Right.
They haven't been given any information.
Yeah.
That type of thing. With content, I talk to the person. Hey, this is what we shoot. I mean, I write paragraphs. I'll send them samples.
Oh, yeah.
This is what we do. Are you into this? We could also do this. We could do that. And everything's agreed on in writing with that actual person
Nice.
before they're there.
Yeah, I go over with the talent. Like, I have a team that helps me out, but like, getting the location, shooting, lighting, and all that. But as far as, the creation of that content, it is nice to like talk to the other talent
Yeah.
about it. And then I still go over like boundaries and stuff like
Of
that
course.
on
Absolutely, yeah.
set. I just treat it as like any other set that I'm ever going to be on.
Yeah.
But I know that I have walked on some content and it's like, oh, here's my iPhone. I'm just like, okay, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's good to have a mix of all of it,
Yeah.
because it's nice to have that more realistic iPhone feel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like if I'm asking people to my set, I want to make sure that they feel as safe as possible because I want them to walk and be like, I will shoot with content with anytime.
Especially a
And
lot
I
of,
feel good about
like
it.
a lot
Yeah.
of the time you're asking like 18 and 19-year-olds to come to your apartment, like for us.
Yeah.
You're 18, you're brand new, and this is the other thing I try to talk to some agencies about. You can send them to us because I know we're a safe set to send them to.
Yes.
A lot of times they go to places where they're not as safe. It's
Yeah,
just-
the
that's just how it
location's
works.
terrible, or
like
yeah.
the homeowner's being a creep, or
Yeah.
someone's asking for their phone number. Like, if they need a good first-time content experience,
Yeah.
I get them the content 24 hours later. They get all the paperwork. They get everything. They're begging. That, I'm sure you see it on Twitter. I shot with so-and-so 4 months ago. I still haven't gotten the content. That doesn't happen with us. Like, I don't play any games with it. And we often don't release the scene for sometimes 6 months to a year.
Right.
I'm like, go ahead. You sell it. Make your money. It's
Right.
fine.
Yeah,
Go,
yeah.
Just go do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's content creators like we need to release it at this date,
At this price.
At this price.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Sometimes I don't really like. I'm like, yeah, like like if they do that to me, I'm like, okay, those dates are fine. Whatever
Yeah.
prices you want. I don't really have a preference.
Their fan
like,
base is a different customer than my customer.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
can do whatever they want.
do you get content creators that says, well, I want to shoot it specifically this way, or I want it like, well, my fans prefer it if you show more of my, let's say, feet, or show me kissing more, or
Not really.
no, so you don't.
We've had a couple a few people that have come in and been like, oh, I kind of want to do a scenario, and we're
We
like,
do
yeah,
have we
yeah,
have
whatever you
shot some
want.
scenes
Like,
where it's not necessarily our style.
Correct.
So like I don't think she's in the industry anymore. Natalie Brooks wanted to do like a very sloppy blowjob.
Sure.
That I don't think legally could have sold.
Right.
So
it was just pretty
we
like
just did like a 1-for-1 where she takes that,
Makes
she
sense.
sells it, we get our own content.
right.
Yeah.
We also shoot with Caitlin Katsaros. She's really hardcore. Like,
Yes.
She wants to be beat up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is not what we shoot at all.
Yeah.
But our whole thing is, hey, what do you like?
Yeah.
What do you want to happen?
Right.
And we'll do our best
To accommodate
to
that.
do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So we.
Well,
I mean,
there's boundaries that goes both ways.
Yes.
Like, how comfortable are you in the dommy type of
Exactly.
situation?
Yeah.
You know,
And
I feel you on that.
that's a talk that I had with her prior. I was like, hey, I know you're known for being very hardcore. Like, what do you want? And she said, well, would you do this? And I'm like, I'll do that, but I won't do this.
Yeah.
You have to draw lines.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know if people realize how much we do go over.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
On most sets. I can't speak for every set, but especially on all the sets that I've been on because I've been contracted.
Right.
I feel so blessed. You know what I mean? Like I haven't it's clockwork. I know exactly. Show up. I know who I'm going to see on that. Who's on that crew, whatever part whether I'm in Miami or Los Angeles or here. I know it like clockwork.
Yeah.
And that's so nice.
That's like reassuring too.
Yeah,
In an
I feel
industry
safe
that, like, can
every
be
single
very-
day.
Yeah.
Every day I go to work, I'm like, this is a safe environment.
Yeah.
Do you do you shoot with other porn performers, or do you also shoot with just OnlyFans? I mean, if the person is always shooting in content for OnlyFans.
I think most of them are porn performers.
Okay.
That's not saying we wouldn't shoot with the OnlyFans content.
Yeah,
Right,
a lot
but-
of it is people that either I reach out to or they reach out to us.
Right.
There's been some that are more like fetishy.
Right.
Like Caitlin doesn't really shoot for a lot of studios.
Right.
There's been a couple models like that. We also shoot a lot of BBW content, which a lot of studios don't do.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I think that's a key thing that I try to be very body positive.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of our scenes, no matter what, even though we call it BBW, we shoot it the same way we'd shoot anyone else.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same exact scene.
Yeah.
It's just a different woman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we don't fetishize it, which I think is
I think that's really
Healthier.
important. The
Yeah.
whole fetishizing of all these different
exactly.
Well, everyone always asks when you're in porn, like, what's your type? And I'm like, women.
Yeah.
Women.
women. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting.
Same,
It's
dude.
I
I
was-
like them all.
I was listening to a podcast who were interviewing a Google AI engineer, and they talked about how Google's algorithms work. So the way it works now, they're creating AI to basically read people's search history and stuff like that, and so they realized that porn is racist. I mean, because obviously they have black.
All the keywords.
all the
absolutely.
keywords, it's pretty much racist and stuff like that. And so they had to alter Google's algorithm, because what happens is any article that comes out, they always think that it's a porn link, even though it's an article about racism or something like
Oh.
that. So they have to alter. It's like make sure. That's why the safe search works.
Yes,
So
okay.
they gotta tag them as like, well, this is a safe page, or this is actual porn.
That makes sense.
And so it's really interesting because it's not always a race thing, or it's not always a stereotypical thing. It's also a preference thing. Because you may be attracted to something, but it's not. I don't know, maybe it could be how society views beauty or
Yeah.
views things, but if you live in a different country or stuff like that, where it's acceptable to be, a bigger person,
Yeah.
or it's acceptable to be, or one leg, or just like something physical where it's acceptable, whereas other, society is different.
I don't think there's anything wrong with using those descriptions as keywords.
Right.
I think it's a problem when you make the scene fetish.
When it's
Yes,
fucking
in the
title.
scene,
Yes.
in the title,
Yes.
or I mean,
And
it's
they make it a big deal
Like, they're
throughout
not
the
a-
scene with keywords throughout the fucking
they're
scene.
a person first, and
Right.
then they happen to
Yes.
have these attributes.
correct.
The attributes are not what make the person.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So I mean, it's difficult, because obviously we try to be inclusive to everyone, but it's really hard when money is involved.
Yeah.
And so when a site, that focus on this niche and is making a shit ton of money, they're not going to change.
No, absolutely not.
Because that's their and it's unfortunate, but that's how capitalism works.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's ever going to change. I don't know. I mean, we could try, but
As long as the big companies continue to do that, I don't think it'll change, because those are the companies that the customers are going to first.
right.
So that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
The smaller companies, as they pop up, they're trying to be more PC or more ethical. They don't rank first on Google.
Right.
it also seems to be like self-fulfilling, because if that's what's selling and that's what's making the money, they're going to produce more of it, which is going to cause more of it to sell, which is going to make more money, and it's just kind of it drives itself.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a cycle. It's a
Yeah.
vicious cycle.
It is a cycle.
And so
It's just like all like with the the MILF stuff
the
and everything
incest
like
stuff.
that. Like every click, da 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 da
Yeah.
da. Like, and I definitely built a career on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and dog that shit at all. Like,
Yeah.
thank you
Right.
very
yeah,
much.
when I was
Thank
building
you.
when I was
But-
building websites for girls and performers, I always ask them, it's like, well, if you're gonna compete with these other companies or compete with other sites, what is gonna make your site different from other sites? What is your niche? Because a lot of times, if it's gonna be, some of the girls, it's just gonna be a blonde with big tits. It's like there's millions of blondes and big tits.
Right.
So how are you actually gonna show people to sign up to your website or your OnlyFans or whatever, compared to someone who's already doing or well established and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't have that idea. It's like, oh, I thought I can make money. And it's like that there's other information that you need to know, or there's other things you need to do in order to make that happen.
Well, that's why also like people now thinking, oh, I'll just make an OnlyFans. Well,
Right.
who are you going to sell it to? Do you have any fans?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like if you're gonna do that, get on a cam site. You got to really start marketing yourself, and you're gonna have to put your fucking time in.
Yeah, it's not.
You know,
easy. Everyone acts
and
like
I even know, like, I know when I'm being lazy, and the more time I put in, the more money I make. It's just it's that type of business.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
But definitely to build your brand, dude. Oh my gosh, like it is work.
Yeah, and for
I-
Alexis, for example, for her OnlyFans, she does the daily boob. She posts a photo of her boob, even though it's the same.
Just one boob?
Yeah, the one boob.
Oh, I'm actually wearing an OnlyFans shirt today.
Yeah.
Hey.
So she always shows the same 2016 models every freaking day.
Different angles, dude. They boobs are doing
Are
different.
they
have
wet
different-
sometimes?
Sometimes they're wet. They have
Oh,
different
okay.
backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean-
Sometimes I'm taking a hike.
Listen, they're boobs. Who's complaining?
Yeah, they're boobs.
I would
Boobs,
rather
Joe.
look at different angles of a car than her boobs anyway.
Oh, we know what Joe's into. Okay.
Yeah. So
Cars
then
and-
Joe goes into the garage every once in a while. Now I know what he's doing out there with my Mini. Can
yeah, like
I
trashing
check
it.
my exhaust
I
pipe?
really want to destroy that car. That car is disgusting.
No, it's not.
It is freaking disgusting.
Did I?
Come on,
I
Joe.
think I drove your Mini once. Was it your Mini? Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
On one of the sets I've worked on, I
Yeah,
think I drove
probably.
your Mini.
It
Well, I've changed
sucks.
its color.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
now it's in a
Okay.
wrap.
terrible.
Like it depends on
It's-
like where the sun is. It's either purple or green.
Okay.
Oh, I
okay.
love that.
Maybe-
Joe really likes it when I pick him up in it.
It might have been Cherie's Mini, but I think you were in that movie too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Didn't
she has a Mini
she has
too.
a
It's
Mini
probably
too,
MILF
yeah.
movie.
We all,
Oh,
yeah. All us MILFs have minis.
Yeah.
I just gave mine
It's a
back.
MILF car.
And also she does dick ratings as a doctor.
Oh.
I'm Dr. Fawx. Oh, it actually gives me something to talk about, though.
I like that.
It's more than just like a penis.
No one's ever asked me for a dick rating. I offer them on my OnlyFans, and no one ever asked me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aw.
And we should do one together then.
Oh, that'd be fun.
You be a nurse?
I'll be
Yeah,
like-
you could be a nurse. You
You
could
be
be
my
a
nurse.
nurse.
It's just like my OnlyFans. I don't know. It's
I'm
probably-
Dr. Fawx. I'm the founder of the Erection Institute. You can be one of my nurses.
Do you put on a lab coat and everything?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Nice.
hot.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I pull up their pictures because I require materials from them, like soft and hard pics,
Oh.
3 points of view. Like I want to see their scrotum. I want to see how they 10-second jerk off clip, which usually ends up being their cum clip,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
And some get really, really creative, and they'll do it on a dark background, and some have like a nice splatter and noise. And I talk about it all. I clap. I'm like, bravo on the technique. I enjoyed it. Like whatever. I have it right. I flip it around. Be like, you see this picture right here? Da 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 da. We talk about that. Pubes.
Okay, question.
Right.
Have you ever gotten one that was so impressive that you were like, you should be in porn?
And like honestly, the ones that send them in, like, oh, I'm going to impress her, end up being the people that would send in like. They take pictures from like 3 different dudes, and they think they're matching up all the dicks. And they're like,
Yes, true.
And it's not like I'm like. First of all, dude, your pubes are a total different color in the other picture. Okay, you're also circumcised here and not here. Did you do that as an adult? Like, come on! I can't
in
rate you.
between the shots.
Yes.
You're like,
You
I gotta
know-
go and get this clipped.
Let me go get this clipped really quick. It's
Right.
really getting in my way. Scoop
Like
it
it's
out.
like it's a haircut or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck? then I'm like, dude, like I look at dicks all the time. I can tell like
Right.
it's
You're an
not the
expert.
same penis in every photo. Like, and then like, of course, you never get the jerk off clip with those.
Right.
Like, it's,
Have you ever gotten one where you were like, you should go see a medical professional? Because I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's okay.
No. I get
Like,
so
I would be
I get
terrified.
I send them to
unsolicited.
him. I've sent him one.
I
that
get
looked like a nipple.
unsolicited. So I get unsolicited dick pics for my on my Twitter. I don't have an
Can you give
OnlyFans.
this to Alexis?
So, ugh. So
Joe's like, no,
So
I
this
know for
guy
myself.
literally asked me because, like, since I work in adult, and I get it's like I would love to work in porn. I get a dick pic, and I literally say, "There's just nothing wrong with it. It's just average." It's like, dude, you should really see a doctor. Like, it's bad. You need to go see. Like, it's very fatal. You need to go see a doctor. You go now. Just drop your pants in front of your doctor and tell them there's something wrong with it.
Just go and drop your pants in front of your mom and be like, what is this problem?
I know. So I would. So anytime I get a dick pic, I always say there's something wrong with it, and it's like, go see a doctor or go figure out what's wrong with it, because
Make sure you film the reaction and
Yes.
show it and send it to me.
Yeah.
So
I'm all about the reaction.
well, I mean,
shots. I'll tell him that too.
the concept of dick pics is it's crazy though, because if you do that in public, you go to jail. I mean, you're
Definitely, and I just want to like, is there women out there like taking pictures of their vag, be like, "Yo, hey buddy, Dan, rate my rate my puss."
I mean, I would.
I mean,
I would.
like, is there a market for that? Like, can we start?
It's
that?
always the thing
Can
is
we
it's
start
always
that up?
boobs. It's never vaginas for
I
some
wanna
reason. It's always
start rating
boobs.
Yeah, but I
Pussies.
want to see boobs. I don't want to see dicks.
I want to start rating
Right.
pussies. I mean, think about like we could talk for 15 minutes on a puss. Like, I mean,
That's
like
true.
the
There's a
lips,
lot. There's a
the
lot.
clit, get a little.
It's
you
like
know,
a
or
poster.
DJ
Like, you have to see a
action.
spread.
It's like a
or
poster of
action.
different-
So much to talk.
different vagina
Send me-
looks.
Send me your pussies. I want to rate them.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I think we could talk for a
I
long
think-
time about it. Like when the guys get really creative and they send me all the materials, I've spoken for like 10 minutes on their fucking dick. Like I'm just like rattling it off. I'm usually a little
the
high
dick
too
and
when I'm
it comes.
doing
It's
it.
like, yeah.
I'm like, but when it's like 2 pictures, I'm like, well, I can't tell if you're a grower or a shower because you showed me the same pic twice. Like, give me something to talk about, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and because they do wonder, like, well, who do you want to saw pic? I'm nervous. And I'm like, well, are you a grower or a shower? I
And
know
not that
that
there's anything
turns me
wrong.
on.
Yeah,
like, I want to
exactly.
know. Like,
You're not
you
gonna
know, are
like,
you
tear
are
them
you gonna
apart for
surprise
it.
me with that anaconda? Like, oh, like wow. Went from inchworm to Snakeville. Let's go. I want to know.
Pussies would be better.
I guess.
Well, I know. We need to start that. We need
So
to
there
start
should be a
the-
new website with Alexis and Suzanne reviews pussies.
Yes. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to start out. Yeah, I'm going to announce that. I'm going to say Suzanne and I are going to start rating pussies. Please send in your badge. We want,
I
these
like
are
it.
the photos we would like,
But
know.
also, can we have them maybe sign a waiver? We won't tell their names, but I want to show how different and beautiful everyone's
Oh,
vaginas
we could create
are.
a whole book out of this.
like a gallery.
Like coffee
see it?
book.
We could
Like
do a
coffee
book.
book.
We could have like a gallery.
I think we have a
thing.
yeah. Let's do this. I'm fucking down.
Coffee books.
Vaginas are beautiful.
I know, and you know what?
Dicks
Okay,
are
I will-
disgusting.
This is
They
also
are
amazing.
disgusting.
Like porn totally like taught me about that because I was a total horror slut. I loved it when I was like younger. I was like, "Whoa, look at this!" I loved it, but I was like the lights out, right? Because I was like uncomfortable with my junk, and then I was like, getting into porn and like seeing everyone's junk. I was like, "This shit ain't bad." Yeah, we can do this with the lights on. This is awesome. Yeah, so it totally made me a lot more comfortable with myself and
Absolutely.
for all and like my body. Period.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
which is a
sense.
huge thing because I think people, a lot of folks, a lot of women out there are not comfortable with their body, and it's not even that they show their body.
No.
They're just looking
They're
at these.
taught that from a
They're
young
looking
age.
at super photoshopped, and we all Photoshop shit. So even if you're looking on my page and some of those pictures, like, unless you really see it like this, it's we all like it's just let's be honest.
Everyone's
you know.
trying to make themselves look the best when it.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of it. I
But the
guess, in a
variety
sense.
is normal.
Yeah, the variety is normal, but like if I can encourage anything, just love your body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
made a huge difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Joe?
Do you love your body?
Do you love your
I
body?
despise my body.
Why?
Why?
You've got a nice body.
No.
I just imagine Joe like
no.
dancing in the mirror.
Every
in the
time I look in the
bathroom.
mirror, it's like, God.
Yeah, like
It's
I fucking love you,
disgusting.
man. Like talking to him, beefing himself up for the
No.
day,
No.
giving him a little pat on the back.
No. That's not happening. All I can
No?
think about is Arby's.
Wait, for your
Why?
body?
Because we're talking about my back.
Yes.
Fuck you. I do bring meat to the party.
I can see. It's like, I got the
Oh my
meat.
god! I hope you're hungry, motherfucker.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hope you're hungry. Let's go. The world of I love vaginas.
So yeah, I mean, because there's some people that talked about you about like as far as being a couple in the adult industry. It's not that many. I think. I mean,
Most of the couples are couples that both perform.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Mick and Annika, Mark and Francesca, where like they each, it's more like equal. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
You
They're
know.
both talent. They're both doing
Yeah.
like yeah.
For me, I kind of perform. Okay, so I've been doing these scenes. They're C, F, and F.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
Close female.
It's assisted masturbation.
Yes.
So I'm performing, but I don't get naked. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to put myself out there that way. I'm just
It's
not.
not your
it's not my
niche.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm having so much fun doing these masturbation
I think it's really
videos.
hot what you're doing.
And it's like kind of dommy, but not really. It's
Yeah.
still cute. I call it like a sleepover.
I love it.
And it's like, for me, that's perfect. I don't need to be naked. I
do some
I don't know.
JOIs
I
and
don't
stuff
know.
like that,
Yes.
completely clothed.
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah, I do. Because you know what? Some guys don't want you completely naked. It's like really like just showing a little cleavage
Yeah.
or just
It's sexy without
being told what to
explicit.
do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wearing jeans and
Yeah.
all these like sometimes I'm like, okay, no clothes. Oh, all clothes.
So
Okay,
like every
cool.
year we kind of change a little bit. So that's
Yeah.
our newest thing.
Yeah, and
It's fun.
I think also as you learn about yourself and as a whole person, and part of that is your sexuality, and part of that different experiences. You may or may not branch out in different ways, or you
And
might try a little thing and go
We're
over here.
really lucky because in the industry we can also explore things that you couldn't normally explore. Like
In a
that,
very safe
that makes it
environment.
very healthy for me to like not be so scared.
Yeah,
You know, I can just have fun with it and like use a vibrator on my friend and it's or like our friend like halfway through a scene one day we're shooting an anal scene with Avery Jane.
Uh-huh.
She goes, Suzanne, when Dan's done, will you fist my asshole?
Oh, that's nice.
And I had
Wow.
never done anything like that before, and
That's
it
so
was
hot.
a life-changing event for me.
yeah.
You know, so like I get to explore these things in a safe environment. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
key
yeah,
thing with people I love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I just think that all that comes through on the camera anyway.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we're having fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. As long as you're having fun, because like when you get to a point where it's not having fun or you're not having fun, then what's the point of doing it?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, our scenes are so much fun though, and we always tell the models when they come in too, because everyone's scared because a lot of them haven't fucked someone in front of their wife.
That's true.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Like
Wow.
that's
Ooh.
really daunting for some
How do you?
models.
So how do you talk to them, or how do you make them overcome that?
I have to tell them all
Yeah.
that I want them to make me jealous, not to hold back. Because
Okay.
we shot with a model like 2 years ago. As Dan was walking her out to her car to leave, she was like, yeah, I would have went harder, but I didn't want Suzanne to get mad at me. And I was like, well, now I am mad.
Yeah, because you want the whole thing.
I want the experience, yeah. So like I'm telling them, make me jealous. Let's have fun. Like do you. Let's but like don't hold back.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Because like some models like eye contact, but for like, and she doesn't care. Like
Right.
during the scene, I am 100% focused on the model I'm working with.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter that Suzanne is right there. I'll do whatever. Like they want like eye contact, kissing. Great. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just try to make them comfortable and tell them I'm gonna do what you want.
Yeah.
Like,
whatever
we don't
makes you
fight.
comfortable.
Like I'm not gonna get jealous. I'm not gonna flip out
Right.
after she leaves. I don't get mad at him. Like I'll get mad at him if he doesn't like do a position.
Oh, yeah.
But like
Oh yeah.
I'm not like
It-
oh
I
no.
really needed to get that angle.
You kissed her too much, or like that's not how we.
You're not
exist.
in. Well, you're not thinking in that. That's not. Well, that's not why you're there.
Yeah,
Like,
no one's coming to break up our marriage. Like
Yeah.
the stakes aren't that.
You're like, I set this up on purpose.
But it has made me a way better performer. That the fights that we will have after scenes is like we'll be like, bye, have a good one. The door will close. She'll be like, you need to move your fucking arm. When you're in this position, if you're gonna do it, you better do it
That's
right.
funny.
Like, and
Well,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, let's do
Yes,
this better.
ma'am. Ooh, I
He
love.
learns.
I love
He's a good learner.
That's
he takes
good.
notes.
Like, because a director, they're just gonna not hire you again.
Right.
Right.
You know, if you don't do the scene the way
This is
that
gonna make you
works
a
for
much
them.
better performer. And more camera aware and self-body awareness.
Exactly.
Oh my God, body awareness is so important when you're on set performing with others. Oh Jesus.
Camera awareness, body awareness, all that.
Oh my God. Yes.
So she's made me a way better performer by, because like I'm with her. She's going to tell me what was wrong with the scene,
And
like,
yeah, if you're working with like a younger talent and stuff like that, they're probably a little newer in the industry. So how you're positioning her, like I always look at scenes as like a dance partner.
Yeah.
Hey, this is your dance. You're my lead. I'll follow you. Let's go. It's just
we also try to ruin it for any future shoots because we do a lot of pussy eating in our scenes, which I know they're not going to get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they need more of that in
Yep.
scenes. Oh my God, yeah, 100%.
Like we focus on the female pleasure as much as the cum shot. As important as the cum shot is.
Yeah, and I think guys really like that. I think guys like seeing like real orgasms on these things and not just like,
Yes. I tell them, please don't do any fake moaning. Please, like, just be you. Let's have fun. But also then, like, when I read the descriptions and I see that the model has actually come, like, when her chest starts turning red.
Yeah.
I'll be like, watch for that. That's real. That's how you know it's real. Like, you get that flush.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Are you taking notes?
No, I don't have any notes. I don't have anything written down.
He's got the he's subscribed to Slut Inspection, right?
Yeah.
He's a member.
Yeah.
He could just read the literotica that you're doing.
Hey, those stories are free. You don't have to be a subscriber to read the stories.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good. Is there any plans for other things? You mentioned all the kissing and stuff like that. And so there's no plans of you actually performing at all.
No, what we've been doing is we do some POV scenes where, again, I'm fully clothed. So it's a spiritual threesome.
Oh, okay.
So it's Dan, me, and a model. And, like, she'll lay on top of me, and I can feel him thrusting. Like, it's very...
Oh, that's cool.
Very
That's very
hot.
cool.
Like, I get so turned on doing that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But those are like real things that people really do get turned on by.
Yes.
But you don't see.
Yeah. And, like...
And it's not ever really out there
There's
much.
a lot of, like, tension with it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not participating. Like, I'm participating, but not in a very
Is that
sexual way.
your idea, or is that from like suggestions from the fans?
We had a lot of fans that just wanted me on camera.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, while I'm
They're
shooting
hearing
as
your
Cuck Queen,
voice.
you don't
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah.
You don't see the wife.
Okay.
And as far as people were concerned, it could have just been a guy shooting. They don't know because they can't see me.
Right.
And we do release a lot of ETS now to prove that I'm shooting all the
Yeah.
scenes.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, so we started doing that. I think the first one we did was with Kenna James.
Okay.
It was our anniversary last year.
That's awesome.
I put on my wedding dress.
No way.
Nice.
Yes. It was a whole thing.
You're so fun.
We
Holy
did the whole
shit.
scene with me in the wedding dress. I was so hot and sweaty afterwards. But it was,
She was
so
slipping
much
and sliding
fun.
around.
I fell off the couch at one point because it's just like sweat and the dress is like, oh God.
Yes, I hear you.
It was fun though. And so we've been doing like a couple of those every month.
Yeah, and I've shot a lot of POV scenes. There's a few companies that use me because I'm good with the camera.
really good at
like because of
POV.
working behind the scenes, I know how to use
Yeah,
the
I think
camera.
working on set, the way you guys came through, really
Exactly.
probably really helps you also in the editing department because now you know exactly how you want to shoot, so you're not spending all day
Editing.
fucking editing.
Editing is one of my favorite things to do.
There you go.
Honestly. Oh, I also get to like rewatch what we did. So that's a big turn on too.
I love it.
But yeah. I love
She's sitting
that.
there with the wand, like editing. No.
I had to edit her pumpkin fucking video. And that was the worst thing I ever did.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I fucked a pumpkin. I
With
fucked
a
a couple
strap on?
pumpkins, right? Yeah, right in that kitchen. Right over there.
I did a couple scenes with a strap on.
Yeah.
Oh,
With these
yeah.
threesome scenes.
Yeah.
So I'm learning how to use a strap on. I'm not good at it.
Oh, come on over.
I think. Well, it's definitely depending
got
on the
a new
straps.
harness. It's beautiful.
Definitely dependent on the
I
harness.
also like have to learn how to use my hips in that way because
True.
men do that and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Right,
Also,
come
like,
on
it's
over, Susan.
tiring.
Yeah. How you
Come on
think?
over,
How you
baby.
think guys feel? It's like.
After the scene, she was like, "How do you do that for half an hour doing a scene?" And I'm like, "It's just built
That's
in."
why my hand's in the middle of the camera.
Yeah. I'm like, "You see why my hand comes forward in missionary?" Like,
Yeah.
I think I've done 3 and I'm getting better.
There you go.
But that's the other thing too. Like I can talk to my friends and be like, "Hey, I want to try this. It's not going to be the best strap-on content you've ever gotten because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing." And they're like, "Let's do it."
Right.
Yeah. It's still content. Like,
It's
people
fun,
love
and
that.
it's authentic.
Even if you fumble, you guys
Yeah.
love that shit. Like,
Well, even the fisting videos I've done, I did that one with Avery where she talks me through the whole thing, which I think is the communication
That is hot and sexy.
I did this very similar one with Vanessa Vega, which was pussy fisting.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever fisted someone's pussy. She talks me through the whole thing, and
Yeah.
I think it's the hottest thing in the world. Dan goes, "That was so hot and so boring."
Yeah.
I was like, that was the hottest, most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, which isn't bad. It was
Well,
still,
it's not
it
your
was
thing.
still hot. It was
Yeah.
still really
Instructional
hot. It was just
fisting.
Instructional fisting, exactly.
It was
Not
just
for
so
everyone.
slow
Right.
moving,
Definitely.
and like, which is fine.
Yeah, you can't just shove it right in there and make him a puppet. That's
No.
for sure. But
No,
yeah,
but OnlyFans
no,
that-
Joe, you can't do that.
well, you would just freaking.
My first time
No.
fisting,
We
just,
fisting
like,
a pussy
we
was
could
on
just go-
a live show.
Oh, live
I
show?
did a
Yeah.
I did a live show, and during the show, the girl was like,
Oh,
"Hey, can you
God.
fist my pussy?" And I was
Is doing live
yeah.
difficult? Like compared to other,
I personally love it.
you do.
I love it. I get off on that so much.
So you like? I
You
mean,
do the whole live show like an hour.
an hour
yeah,
show.
I
have a time
I don't know if I can
limit for the
mention.
cum shot?
Can I mention companies or like?
you can't. You. I mean, it's up to you.
I don't care.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's up to
positive
you.
story.
It's
yeah,
pository.
I shoot for a lot for Cherry Pimps.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I do their live shows.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And like, you know, they warned me before I came in. They're like, this is really difficult, and I came in and I loved it, and just interacting with the fans while I'm doing the show and everything. But yeah, she asked me to fist her, and yeah, I did my first time ever fisting someone live.
nice.
live.
Wow.
That had to be hot.
That
Yeah.
was I think that scene was top rated for a few months. That was
Oh,
like
yeah.
their
Well, I
highest rated
mean,
live show
I'm
for a few
trying to
months.
remember because I know fisting was kind of like a no in certain things.
I think it depends on the site because
Yeah.
sometimes you
Yeah.
actually have to like have a thumb out.
Yeah, the
Oh,
forefinger,
yeah.
And then
like
some you could go all the way in.
yeah, that's.
I mean,
yeah.
my turkey didn't have a problem with it.
This is okay. Jesus.
Well, wasn't there years ago? I remember working behind the scenes. It was one finger, 4 fingers, but you couldn't do 2 or 3. There was like a rule at
There's
one
some
point.
weird
that was
Yeah,
shit,
it's
yeah.
different places. Different things
Some
have
weird,
weird
like, and yeah, I
rules.
think
And
just
they
sometimes
change
every
constantly.
set has like a different weird shit.
Well, it's just like how OnlyFans they restrict certain content.
Right, they don't
like,
allow fisting.
Don't allow fisting.
Yeah.
Don't allow public
you
stuff.
can't say you're peeing, but you can squirt.
You can squirt. I mean, yeah, but it's interesting how because like, you know, they're under mercy of the credit cards.
Right.
And
Yeah.
otherwise, if they don't like it, and they actually have a team, a lot like a bunch of lawyers looking at the content and
Yeah.
making sure that
But
you
like,
follow the rules.
my fisting videos are going to go on my new website, and I have the same credit card processing as OnlyFans.
Yeah,
And
it was
if they
just
allow it.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
what's is your own site? Your new site going to be just
it'll
yourself?
It'll be part
or-
of Slut Inspection, but it'll be all of my girl content.
Okay.
So it's gonna because there's a lot I can't put on OnlyFans anymore. I need a place to put it.
right. That's
Yeah,
smart.
that's
Yeah, I
smart.
mean that's the thing though because
What
OnlyFans.
platform is that?
We have it ourselves.
Their own website.
okay.
Their own
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, though, tomorrow OnlyFans gets shut down.
Right,
you
and
know.
so could anything else.
Yeah, and
you
so could
know.
anything else, and like Instagram deleted, permanently banned
I saw
Pornhub.
that. We lost our Slut Inspection account a couple months ago.
Yeah, and it's crazy though. But as far as I had a question I was going to ask you, I forgot. I don't know. Let's go. Move on.
It's gone.
It's
Oh,
gone.
Joe.
It's
It
gone.
happens.
Oh no. So yeah, going back to it. So when you're doing live shows, how difficult to not to look at the comments?
They actually encourage. They always say 33 and a third to the comments, 33 and a third to your partner, and 33 and a third to the camera.
Okay.
They want you to like split it up and kind of like give a little attention everywhere.
Sure.
Right.
But
Well,
like-
they want you to be engaging
But I'm
because
sure you-
otherwise, why are they going to watch you?
But I'm sure
Probably the more engaging
you get those
are.
trolls that will just say nasty things.
You know, no one's really said anything too bad to me.
Okay.
I've heard of other performers getting kind of,
I don't really get trolled too bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember we did a live show on set, and the male talent came in and literally sees a comment and is like, man, that guy looks too old, or like that's making bad comments. You could not get hard
Oh.
the entire
it fucked
scene.
with him.
It fucked with his head really bad.
But that's you just have to stay in the game, and if
Yeah.
someone says something like that, you just let it
I
go
don't. I
because
just ignore it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always. I mean, that's why I always felt like I think doing live shows is more difficult to most guys because you have a set time limit,
Right.
And you have to perform a certain time, and you have to come in this time. Otherwise, Yeah.
Well, and the producer and director of the show he sat me down before my first show and was like, hey, listen, and he was like started listing off like known names of talent that came in and had trouble, because it's a condom show too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like a lot of people have issues with that, and like you said, on a set you can just call, if you're having issues, you just call cut. It's fine, no
Live
problem.
show,
No one
yeah.
cares. Live show.
There you can't.
Oh yeah.
You're running the whole time.
Yeah.
And then that last 5 minutes, you have to pop in that last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure, and a lot of people do have issues with it. But
I think if you just plan it out properly.
I mean,
Have fun with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just try to have fun. I try to interact with the fans while I'm doing it. I try to make a connection with the female talent, and I just try to make it fun, and I just try to have a good time, because that's really what it's all about. I mean, getting paid is great, but also let's have some fun.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Wow, we're over an hour.
Cool.
That was pretty cool. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we definitely should. Next time you're from Vegas, or if we're ever in LA with stuff like that, we'd definitely have you guys back on and stuff like that. Because
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
it's because obviously you don't see many couples on in the adult industry, and
I think it really puts a lot of people in perspective.
yeah,
I
and
know.
it shows that you can actually be in a good relationship and get along and still work. You know,
can watch it, work in it,
Work
do all kinds
together,
oh
too.
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
it together.
Yeah, together.
Definitely. So
But communication is really what it really.
yeah,
boils
that's the
down to
thing, though.
at the
Yeah,
end,
definitely
it's
communication is always.
Communication and comprehension is what I tell people all the time.
But
Cool.
like for instance, if I got booked and I told Suzanne who it was, and she would never, but if she was like, oh, I'm not comfortable with you working with them, I would hit them up and be like, hey, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, no, this isn't fair.
Right. It's like, I really want to fuck this
Yeah,
chick.
you have to
Then there'd be a
understand.
problem.
Yeah, if I came in, I'm so excited, I can't wait to fuck. So she'd be like, you're a little too excited there, buddy. Why don't you chill out a little bit?
There's a few things that'd be missing after this.
It sounds like a very realistic type of way to look at it too. And do you feel that maybe being in a relationship before porn for a good 10 years or whatever that was, and then going into it, you really have to I would imagine you had a very solid foundation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
From the start.
Yeah.
100%.
It wasn't like you just got in for 2 years and all of a sudden now you're fucking doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah, right,
You know what I
like-
mean? Like,
And it's weird because there's people that are both porn stars, get into a relationship, and they have crazy jealousy issues.
Yeah.
But it's
I
like-
see that. That's why
Yeah.
Sometimes you're both
I've
doing the
never
same
dated
thing.
anybody in the
it's
industry.
very strange
yeah.
to me how jealousy works.
Because I
Yeah.
never wanted to deal with that.
Yeah.
Or
I just
don't
didn't-
work with
yeah.
this person, or all you're doing girl.
Because I wouldn't be coming in with that already foundation
Yeah.
and going
Right.
in as okay, we're doing this together.
Yeah.
We're going to figure this out together. Da, 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 da. I think it makes a whole different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually
Ball game.
we're gonna break up after this podcast. Actually,
I think it's
perfect
really
timing.
funny how much jealousy there is of people who have sex for a living.
Or like you can't work with that. Why?
Yeah.
Because you
Or
don't-
like the
you don't like
girl
that
thing.
person?
Yes.
It's weird.
Like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of us are elevated past that.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I
yeah,
hope so.
that's definitely.
It's just work.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
work.
Yeah.
I want to go sell a scene. I want to get paid. Let's
It's not
go.
always sexy. It's not always pretty.
No.
We're lucky if it is.
Right. Exactly. So cool. All right. Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being my
Also,
guest today.
go ahead and plug in your.
Yeah, plug
your site.
everywhere you guys are.
I know you've been plugging a lot of
Twitter,
girls.
Slutinspections.com.
Okay.
That's the network.
Right.
What's your Twitter?
At the Dan Ferrari on all the platforms. At the Dan Ferrari, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans.
Cool.
My Twitter is Suzanne L. Ferrari because I keep getting suspended. So probably just follow Slut Inspection.
Okay, you got it. All right. Well, thanks.
Thank you.
And
Thank
talk
you
to
so
later.
much.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was fucking awesome.
Yay.
Cool.